Hello, 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 all the King's men. Welcome to another Friday assessment. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to another Friday assessment. I am rejoicing with you because you have made it across another week. You have made it your determination to make it across another week. Yes, so today is another opportunity to assess. It is so, remember, it is so important for us to assess. The assessment is what? Because you want to be better. Oh my God, the assessment will make you better. Why? Because it causes you to look at the hard things. It causes you to make the difficult decisions. Glory be to God. It causes you to look at your life. It causes you to evaluate. You got to evaluate when things not going according to plan. And what you do, you make the necessary changes. That's why we do the Friday assessments. Yeah, so all the King's men, you got to know that your goal is to be great. Your goal is to please the almighty living God. Yes, that's why we're going to talk about what? Successes, and we're going to talk about areas that you're not experiencing success in. That's why we're doing the Friday assessment. Yes, so this week, I want you to look at the successes that you had in your life and let's celebrate those successes. Why? Why is it so important to celebrate the success? It's so important to celebrate that because that's the momentum that you need. That's to show you that God is still moving. That's to show you that God is still answering your prayer. God is still hearing the cries of his children. Glory be to God that he's still hearing the cries of his son. That's why it's so important to celebrate the small successes. You know what those small successes are? They're nothing but what we call in the business world milestones. You know why they have to set those milestones? Because it's seeing that you have some achievements along the way. Look, if you don't achieve those milestones, that means that you need to make the necessary adjustments. Yes, that's why we're doing the Friday assessment. We want to see where we're having success at, and we want to see where we're not having success at. And we want to make the necessary changes. Yes, you might be wondering, why am I not using failures? Because when you're not achieving success, they're experiences. And what they're doing, it's causing you to make the necessary adjustments. Yes. So what I'm telling you today, you may have an area in your life that you're struggling with today. You may be struggling with that area, but you got to ask yourself, why am I struggling in that area? I want to touch on something called unbelief. It is something that I call unbelief. And you know what that unbelief I'm talking about? You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself. You are waiting for somebody else to come and what? To validate you. Remember, the word of God has already validated you. Because you are all the King's men, you have already been validated. God is the one that validates. You don't need no one else to validate you. You have to now start to believe what God says about you. You have to believe that if you follow the commandments of God, you will have good success. You got to know that if you seek God in his righteousness, he'll give you everything that you need. You got to know that God's purpose for Jesus was what? To come to give you life and give it to you more abundantly. He said, I will give you above what you can never ask. He said, I'll do exceedingly abundantly above anything that you could ask or think. So what's that telling me? What's that telling you? That's telling you that if God is first in your life, if he's first in your life, now you know what you got to do? You got to believe in yourself. Why? Because God has empowered you. He has empowered you to speak. He told you that you was more than a conqueror. He told you that life and death is in the power of your tongue. So now it's time for you to stop speaking death. It's time for you to go forth and operate. Go forth and operate in what you desire to do. And what God gonna do? He's gonna give you the desires of your heart. Why? Because you got faith in God. You got faith in God that he's going to do what he said he was going to do. God said he was going to keep you. God said that he was going to give such and such to you. God said he was going to bless your hands. Well, then you know what? You got to continue to work the work no matter what it looks like. Because God said it, you got to stay faithful to the work that God has called you to do. You got to stay faithful to the work that's in the desires of your heart. Whatever it is, you got to stay faithful to it. Whatever it is, you got to stay true to yourself, to who God called you to be. You got to stay faithful to purpose, to destiny. Why? Because destiny is pulling you forward. Remember, you have to believe in yourself. Don't wait for nobody else to believe in you. There are so many success stories where there are those that are successful because they believed in the vision that they had. They believed in their vision. They believed that God gave them that vision. And it came to pass. But you know what? There are many that often say what? People thought I was crazy. People thought, why are you doing that? Yes. I'm hoping to come back to you next Friday, the next time we meet, to let you know how God moved in my life, how God moved on something that he was telling me to do. I'm expecting to come back to you with that testimony. And that's how you got to be. Because God said it, I'm moving on faith. Because God said it, I'm moving. Because God said it, I am going to continue to be persistent. I am going to be consistent in what God said. Why? Because I believe. I believe in myself. I believe that God gave me this. And what you doing? You walking by faith. And what faith is? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And what we also know about faith, faith without works is dead. It's not faith. It's not faith. It's the substance of something hoped for. So that means that if you know that if you want to get from point A to point B, as long as you stare at point B, if you don't take the necessary steps to get to point B by faith, you're not getting there. So if you know that there's 20 miles between you and work, in your local workplace, you know that in order to get there, you have to make a necessary move. You either have to start walking, ride your bike, get in your car, catch a cab, ride a bus, or whatever it may be. You know that you have to take some actions. But too many times we want to say God's going to do it. God said he's going to do it and God's going to do it. But yet we guys say that, and then what we do, we go back and we sit down and flip the channels on the TV. Even getting knowledge. Even down to getting knowledge. We got books upon books upon books. There's knowledge in those books. You got to open those books. But you know what you got to do? Once you get the books, once you read the books, there's knowledge in the books. Once you've gotten the knowledge out of the books, yes, you're still operating by faith, but now you have to apply it. And that's where I am, all the King's men. I am going to walk this thing out with you. I am going to testify to you, for you, that you can believe in yourself, that as you walk by faith, you're going to work the work that's ahead of you. So all the King's men, I need you to believe in yourself. I need you to believe in yourself for the area that you're not having success in. And I need you to believe in those areas that you're having success for greater success. Because we have to continue to press. Because if you're not pressing, you're giving space for the enemy. So all the King's men, my prayer for you today is to believe in yourself and work the work by faith. So all the King's men, have a blessed Friday assessment. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed weekend and a blessed week to come. I'll see you next time. And remember to drop me a message down below if you've been encouraged or if there's something that you want to hear about. Be blessed.